till I'm able to,
Okay, no problem.
till, till I'm able to stand up.
Okay, no, that's good to, all right, I will mention that. Good morning, everybody. So, if there's any requests, please feel free to share that. I always love to hear. And I'm recording this one today. Um, so you guys listening to it later, well, you can share it and maybe I'll get it in the ether, but that's about it. Okay, so take a few steps in place, and I'd really like to start if with closing your eyes if you're comfortable with that. If you're not, just kind of gently relax all of the tissues around your eyes and face, and your gaze is gentle. And take some nice breaths in through the nose if you can. That's best. And then exhale through the nose or mouth. And as you do that, think of about 4 seconds in and a little bit longer out, say 5 seconds. If it helps to count, great. If it feels like you just want to feel that breath in and the longer breath out, of course, do what works for you. So nice deep breath in and filling up the lungs. It presses out in all directions, okay? And then that in turn presses down on the abdominal wall. And that abdominal wall goes all the way through the lower back and into the sacrum. Nice deep breaths in, relaxing the shoulders. Thinking of relaxing all of those muscles again around the eyes and the face. And the weight is, excuse me, feel the weight on your feet to the floor and how the floor feels under your feet or how your feet feel. So weight more on one foot than the other. And by the way, if you want to do this lying down, you can basically, as somebody just said, it's like a body scan. You're just feeling how your body lies on the floor. Is it even? Is it uneven? Nice big breath in and out. One thing I'm going to mention is just whatever thoughts might be zipping around in your mind, okay? Just let it go through and it'll circle back at some point. Believe me, it comes back, but there's nothing to do right now or be. Just in and out, feeling your body. Good. Okay, now just gently open your eyes and let yourself recalibrate your surroundings. And then you're going to lift up one foot off the floor just to test the balance on the standing leg. Okay, that one you just lifted up goes back down on the floor. The other one lifts up and then come back down. And I'm going to do a little bit different test. I'm going to do the squat test. So I'm going to have you bring your feet out wider than your pelvis, just a little bit. The feet, the toes turn out, and then you're just going to squat down, okay? And some of you may be like to here, okay? Some may be here and the heels come up. Just notice it. That's all that is, okay? And then come back up. So anything that doesn't feel like, oh, I can do that, or it feels comfortable, that's your test, okay? I'm just gonna change the angle here. Okay, so now what I want you to do is bring your feet a little bit wider than hip width, bend the knees a little bit, and then just go left to right on your ankles, okay? So meaning, or on your feet. So your ankles are turning to allow the feet to come up, the soles of the feet to come up off the floor. The work starts at the feet and it moves up your body, okay? Not so much the other way around. So ankles swaying left to right, the feet or the soles of the feet come off the floor, you're going to the sides of the feet, the knees follow that, and then the hips follow, and then the upper body follows. So just notice what your mobility is in those ankles. Okay, come to a standstill. Keep the knees bent, okay, just for a moment. This is going to challenge your balance. Come up on the balls of your feet, find your balance point, okay? You may sway front to back. Your arms can be used as ballast. That's what they're there for. Come down on your heels and pull the toes up and then back and forth. So you're going to rock back and forth with the knees a little bit bent, okay? So really feel the power through your feet and the balance, okay? Again, your arms can be out to the side. You do not have to be, I don't want you grasping onto anything. You want to increase your balance and your mobility, okay, in the ankles. Okay, beautiful. Now, straighten your knees. Go up on the balls of your feet and then back so the toes come up. So front to back. Find your balance point. Often if you have your eyes forward, obviously forward, I hope they don't go backwards, but looking at a line that is horizontal to the floor, and you're just, or staring at something on the floor in front of you. You know, I just said that wrong, not horizontal, parallel, like left to right. Sorry, wrong word, right concept in my mind, but you'd have to read my mind. Okay, so relax under that. That's great. Now, I'm gonna have you take the block. You guys that might have a yoga block, the direction goes medium, okay? If you have a Nagoski block, it goes this way. Okay, so I like to put it up in my thighs, especially the yoga block, because it's hard. You're gonna straighten the sides of your feet out as much as possible, stand up tall, and then squeeze, release that block straight in, as straight as you can, like a pair of tweezers, okay? Squeeze, release, squeeze and release. And standing up really tall through the back of your head, through the spine, down through the feet, squeeze, release. And here's what happens. The inside muscles, the muscles on the inside of your thighs, hey, they're working. I hope. And then the result is that the muscles just under your bum, okay, it's the hamstrings, and part of the glutes fire as a result of squeezing. Okay, now just hold the block. You don't have to crush it. Curl the fingers into that grip with so the palms are flat. You're gonna bring your arms out to the side, arm circles. So rotate forward. And I'm gonna turn sideways here so that you can see my circle isn't much bigger than a grapefruit. And I'm really stabilizing through the shoulder blades, okay? Lengthening through the spine. So pulling the shoulder blades a little bit together, and please try not to pull your arms back behind your shoulders. They're right out in line. Okay, now keep the grip on the ends of your fingers, flip the palms up and go back up and over. Lengthen through the top of your head. Good, drop the arms, roll the shoulders forward. So when you do this, the elbows stay really straight. So pretend like you're holding weights in your hands, perhaps, and that keeps the elbows tractioned. Just going forward, you're really using those big, strong muscles around the whole mid-back to move your shoulders. Okay, now backwards. Big rolls back. And as you come back, okay, up, over and back, think of pulling the shoulder blades down your back. So your palms can turn forward as a result. Okay, forward again. 1, 2, this time I'll count 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and now backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more, 10. Okay, take the block out. You're gonna take your right hand, bring it up on the top of your shoulder joint. Okay, so the elbow starts low. You're gonna grab your elbow down here, just like this, like it's a horseshoe around there. And you're going to push with your thumb. So you're rotating the arm in the socket to push the hand down the shoulder blade. Okay. So instead of just throwing your arm up and making the hand go down the middle of your back, I want that hand to track down the shoulder blade. Nice and tall through your spine. Push that hand back and down. Nice deep breaths. Think of the breath as round. It's in, circulates through the whole body, comes back out. And each time, if you're able to push the arm back more, great. Some people will not be this far back. It's okay. Okay, bring the elbow down, relax that, shake it out. And left hand comes up, grab underneath that elbow and rotate back, guiding the hand down the shoulder blade. Okay, it means the outside of your back. Just trying to get this a little brighter for me. Sorry about that. Okay. Just like that. Lengthen. So if you find that as you push back, it's hard to keep your hand down the shoulder blade on the outside like this. It's, there's often times tightness through the chest or the upper back or the neck. And guess what? It's all connected. So as we work the hips and everything, then the shoulders will start to release. Okay, drop that elbow down. Okay, lengthen the arms. So your fingers are going to be open, okay? And I'm going to have you reach your hands down towards your feet. And you're going to lengthen up through the top of your head at the same time. So I'm pulling the shoulder blades together and a little bit down, or a lot down, really. And I'm going to lengthen through the top of my head. Now, turn the palms forward, squeeze your shoulder blades together on purpose. I want you to scan the horizon. So you're going to turn your head left as far as you're okay with that, okay, or comfortable, or that it moves. And then scan back to the front again with your eyes, and then scan to the right. And just notice which side might be a little tighter. Okay, come back to center. Let's do it again. Left, and then right again. Very nice. Okay, relax out of that. Let's do this. Let's go down on the floor into a static back. And some of you are going to be like, yeah. And then make sure that you have a block and a strap with you, okay? So I'm going to take this right here. And I'm just going to have two different blocks here. And I'm going to have my strap. And I'm going to take a drink of water. So that static back was where you're on your back, legs are up over like this. Arms out to the side, palms up. Make sure to lengthen your whole spine and body. And I'm going to take a drink of water because it's hard to do on your back. Actually, I just want to see who's in class today as I do this recording. Okay, good. Notice how your back is on the floor. So are your shoulder blades fairly even on the floor? Do you feel, sometimes it takes closing your eyes, just to take that sense out of the equation so you're not distracted. So your attention, just for a moment, let's put it on the back of your pelvis, okay? And just notice, are you right in the center, or is there perhaps a little bit more weight on one side versus the other? And then scan up your back to your shoulder blades. Notice how they are on the floor. And then the arms are out to the side, palms up. You can either be right in line with your shoulder joints. Some people like to have their hands or arms down a little bit, kind of at a, just at an angle. It's up to you. I like my arms out to the side because it just feels great. It opens up the chest a lot.
And right here, again, turn your head. Let's go right this time. Turning right, keeping your head, in the center of your body or what feels like the center, and then turn it left and just notice the movement there. And look up at your knees for a second. Make sure your legs are dropping out to the side. Just let them relax. Okay. And just notice, hey, is it pretty even or is one leg kind of tighter than another? So from here, I want you to take the block. You're going to take that block between your thighs and or knees. Okay. And you're just going to squeeze, release the block from this position. Remember, if you have the yoga block, please turn it into the medium direction. It makes it about 5 inches wide at least. So that represents better the distance of the pelvic or where the thigh bone or femurs go into their joints. Squeeze, release. Squeeze and release. Good. Now hold the block steadily. Bring your arms up over your chest. Hands are open. Okay, so reach through your fingers and then reach back over your head and then up over your chest. Over the head, over the chest. Back and forth. Back and forth. It's reaching up, coming up over the chest, back and forth. Okay, one more. Okay, now take the block out, let your legs completely relax. You might notice for some of you, your legs relax out more. Bring your hands up over your chest again, make 2 fists, just gently, and then scissor arms. So you're gonna go one arm up over the head or in line with the shoulder joint, or maybe a little bit wider if your shoulder is bugging you. Okay, so back and forth, back and forth. Back and forth. Okay, nice. Let the arms drop out to the side, palms up. Make sure your back's nice and long. Squeeze, release the shoulder blades together and down. So many of you know that you can do this in different positions with the arms. So I'm just going to start this way because it tends to give a bigger swath of muscle some action. So you're squeezing the shoulder blades together. And when I say down, it just means so that you don't shrug your shoulders up into your ears. Okay, so squeeze, release those shoulder blades. Okay, now bend the elbows so your arms look like a set of, makes it into a goalpost. Do the same thing, squeeze and release the shoulder blades together and down. And this, you'll have to search. Where are you squeezing from exactly, right? Middle of the shoulder blades, lower part. You can play with it, okay? Human movement is meant to, explore. Okay. Nice. Okay, relax out of that for just a moment here. Nice breath in and out. And so think of breath comes in through the nose, fills up the lungs, pushes out and down and back and all over. And then exhale. Good. And just feel that. Good. You can kind of wiggle back and forth. Just wiggle it out a little bit. Nice. Okay, so move away from the whatever you have your legs up on for a moment, for a while, or for good. And then take your right ankle on your left knee. Arms are out to the side, palms up. Just test this first. So push your right knee away from your chest, or some people think of it as down. And while you do that, make sure that you keep your back of your pelvis pretty centered on the floor. So you're not kicking your left hip off to the left. Okay, you're staying really centered. You're just pushing that knee away, and it is not with your hand. It's all using your hip muscle. Okay, muscles. Okay, so let's switch to the other side. Push out. Notice the difference left to right. Okay, so now take the strap. The strap is going to go over the right ball of the foot. And you're going to relax your elbows on the floor. So straighten that right leg out. The right leg is parallel. The thigh is parallel to the bent left knee. Flex the ankle, spread the toes, push through the heel. Okay, so my elbows are on the floor. Okay, leg is straight. Spread those toes. Nice deep breath. And then bring the leg up higher, but be aware, keep the ankle the same flexion as it was low and the knee straight. So this is not about how high you can pull your leg up with your knee bent. Okay, this is getting the entire connection from the foot through the whole calf area into the connection with the hamstrings and the hamstrings to the glutes. Okay, so now from here, point and flex against the strap. So you're pointing, excuse me, and flexing. I'm just holding, obviously, the strap taut, and you're pointing and flexing. Pointing and flexing. Okay, now flex the ankle. Keep that leg straight. Rotate the leg in and out as if you are unscrewing your leg. You're just pushing, really, you're pushing the heel up towards the ceiling. And you're really working on keeping the ankle flexed and the toes spread. The more you can do that, the deeper this connection is in your leg and closer to the bone, so to speak. Okay, come to a standstill, drop the leg down. Whoops, get my blocks out of the way. And then swing the leg out and around in a big circle, but make sure you keep the leg straight. I often see people just flopping their leg around. Their knee is bent, their toes are pointing. So stay connected for a moment to your body here. It's only an hour of your whole life. Okay, go the other way. Practice that. People are so used to having their minds pulled in all directions. So stop that. Okay, rotate around. You're like, haha, that's, yeah, it takes practice. Okay, big circles. Nice. Okay, so just for the heck of it, keep your strap on that foot, bring your leg up, keep the ankle flexed, and just notice if you might, maybe you notice, maybe you don't, how if you can bring your leg up higher. Okay, now let's go to the other foot. Okay, drop the leg down. This left leg is now parallel to the right bent knee. My elbows are relaxed. My neck is relaxed. Push through the heel. Spread those toes. And make sure you're breathing. That's very important. It's important. Spread the toes. Okay, now bring the leg up higher. You know the drill. Keep the ankle the same flexion as it was lower, and the knee is straight. Spread those toes. Push through the heel. Now, one little caveat, I haven't mentioned this in a long time. Sometimes if there's a knee problem, this much extension through the knee and so forth and the flexing the ankle doesn't work. So always remember that you need to be the boss of your own body. Okay, if something doesn't work, you can do a different exercise or modify it. Okay, now point and flex against the strap. Point and flex, point, flex, point, flex. Remember, your upper body's relaxed. Okay, now flex the ankle. Just keep spreading the toes, rotate in and out. Unscrew the hip joint. Unscrew it, push, rotate. Okay, come to a standstill, drop the leg down, rotate out. Big circle. And then the other direction. Okay, nice. Come up with the leg and just notice if you can come up higher. Don't cheat by pointing your toes. Okay, keep the flexion of the ankles. Excellent. Okay, let's flip the strap off. All right, so here's what I want to do. Let's go over on your hands and knees to start. So square up your body. Okay, cat and dog position. Tuck my shirt in more. Okay, so now push your shoulder blades together. Keep the elbows really straight. And then push your back up towards the ceiling. So you're pistoning your shoulder blades together, squeeze, and then press up a little bit. So we're just moving the shoulder blades. Okay, it might be a little bit tough to explain that over a Zoom thingy, but I just want you to keep the arms as straight as you can. And basically the shoulder blades come towards each other and then they move away from each other. Okay, so from here, go ahead and tuck your butt. Look between your legs. You're going to go into that cat. Okay. Push your hands and knees away from each other to get a bigger stretch. Drop your head, look between your legs. Now, go ahead and roll the pelvis so that your belly goes down first. Just a big wave up to the shoulder blades, and then squeeze the shoulder blades together and only look up to the degree that feels comfortable. Okay, so go back and forth. You guys know this one. And really have this be a nice, graceful movement through the spine up to the shoulder blades and vice versa. Remember, your spine is part, your neck is part of your spine. Might feel like it's separate when things get tight. Okay, good. Come to a standstill. I want you to do a nice, long, extended child's pose. Forehead goes down on the ground. If this bothers your shoulders, some people, they do really well bending the elbows like so, or modifying it by just sitting back on the heels, okay? So it just depends. What I love, the goal here is that you get your arms wide. I'm gonna move back here so you can see. My hands are wide. My forearms are off the ground. I'm gonna suction cup my hands to the floor like a tree frog. And then I'm gonna try to pull my chest towards my knees. Wag your tail. Big pull in the upper back. And then go ahead and sit back on heels if you haven't gone there already, and let your arms fold by your side. Some of you may need to sit on a yoga block to do that. Good. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to do a floor block. That's 3 positions on your stomach. You can do it with low blocks or higher blocks, or actually no blocks whatsoever. So I'm going to turn the camera angle down a bit so you can really see. All right, now I'm going to time this with my clock, good old fashioned clock. I'm going to do it with the big blocks actually. All right, so a little bit wider than shoulder width is great with this one. I don't like to start dead straight over the shoulder joints unless it feels comfortable, but most people, it just gives a little bit more breadth to the shoulder joint. Forehead's down, lengthen your body, let the heels drop out, relax your bum. Keep that grip on your knuckles. Flatten the palms, turn the arms out. Nice deep breaths. Lengthen your body as you feel yourself settle or need to move. And keep those arms rotated out from the shoulder joints. A little pressure downward helps you engage your upper back, okay? Nice deep breaths. Okay, now come out to a Y position with your arms and or blocks. Engage those fingers. Okay, so your flat palms, rotate the arms back, pull the shoulder blades down in this case, and lengthen your body. But then remember to just relax your ankles out, the butt's relaxed. And by the way, if there's anybody that feels like, oh, my lower back's tight, you could roll a small towel under the pelvis and just put it there. That can help. Okay, now pull the arms out to a T position. Okay, re-engage the hands, rotate the arms back, pull the shoulder blades back and down. Lengthen your body, relax your butt. Sometimes in this particular position, it's the stronger of all the positions. I know someone said to me, I don't feel it in this one, in this position as like it's hard, but sometimes that's because either it's hard to engage the shoulder blades, there's tightness there, or it's actually easy. So it's pretty easy for me, but I can make it feel like I'm working it more by turning the arms back and really sliding those shoulder blades down your back. Reach through the knuckles, relax your heels out. Okay, very nice. Now, let's do this. I'm going to skip the hand leg opposite block today. Instead, what I want to do is I'm going to have you take your left hand under your forehead. You're going to bend your right knee, grab your foot. Now, if it's hard to do, I take the strap and I just loop it over the foot to give some help in pulling this in. And again, if it doesn't feel comfortable, don't do it, but pull the heel in towards your bum. Big breath in. And then you can rotate the leg left to right, like that windshield wiper, but you're holding your foot. Good. Okay, come to a standstill, push your foot against your hand. That's going to lengthen your arm and then release. So push your foot into your hand and release, push, release, push, release, and one more push, release. Okay. Your right hand comes under your forehead, grab your left foot or lasso it with the strap. Pull that heel in towards your butt as much as you can. And then go ahead and windshield wiper your leg left to right. Good. Come to a standstill. Push your foot into your hand or the strap and release. So it's just a isometric push, release, press, release, press, release, and one more. Press, release. Good. Okay. So both hands under the forehead, bend the knees, bring the knees wide, soles of the feet go together, press, release the soles of the feet. Press, release. Press and release. Press, release. Press, release. Great. Press and release. So the pressing the feet together and releasing the action comes from the feet, activates the ankles up through the legs, calves, and the thighs and the hamstrings to the glutes. That is the result, is the glutes contract, not the other way around. Okay, nice. Legs straight. We're going to do a plank. That was a request from last time. It's like, hey, we didn't do the side plank. So you can do this with your legs straight or the knees bent. And on your mark, get set, go. Okay. So when you push up, when you bring your body up off the floor, whether it's on the knees or the feet are straight, I want you to drop the chest a little bit, but don't drop the pelvis. Okay. Drop the chest, not the pelvis. And rotate the arms outward to activate the shoulder blades to the abs. Okay. Now, if you're on your knees, and you can drop the chest, but again, you're not dropping the pelvis at all. You're activating your shoulder blades. Is what you're doing, your lats, and believe it or not, your abs. So I teach this one definitely differently than most because I want the upper back to trigger the abdominals. You can kind of rock front to back, head to toe, left to right. Right, give yourself some challenge in your balance. Okay, come down. Now let's go to the side. This one can be done with one knee bent and one leg out like this, or both knees bent. Okay, I'm gonna do it with the legs straight. On your mark, get set, go. Okay, so whether your knees are bent or your legs are straight, you are going to tighten your glutes. Lengthen through the whole body. You're straight. You don't want to be bent over like a banana. The shoulders are stacked over each other. I even pull the elbow that's on the floor, I pull it towards my hip joint to activate my abs more in the shoulders. Nice big breath in, tight glutes. Good. Relax down. Let's go to the other side. Okay, on your mark, get set, go. Tight glutes, lengthen to the top of your head. Breaths. Just if it's harder on one side versus the other, you might find that your breath shortens. So I just want you to take a moment to just take some nice deep breaths as you go. Tight glutes. And 3 more seconds. And down. Okay, let's go over on your back. Bend your knees, okay? Let's cross your right ankle on your left knee. Now, as long as you can push this knee outward, go ahead and lift the left foot up off the floor. Push, pull. Push and pull. Okay, the foot that you've pulled up off the floor. Okay, I'm hoping everybody can do that. Go ahead and rotate the ankle around in a circle. And it's okay. If you can't bring your foot up off the floor, don't worry about this. Go other way with the ankle. Keep pushing that knee away. Point flex now. Okay, come to a standstill. Flex that ankle that we were just doing the rotations with. Push that right knee away. Pull the left thigh towards you. A little extra oomph. Left foot comes down. Bring the feet down, and then you're going to cross the left ankle on the right knee. Lift up. Push, pull. Just hold this. Really focus on it. You can snow angel your arms up if you like. I like to hold this first before you start rotating anything. Push, pull. Focus on that. So all abdominal and hip work, and I forgot to mention this when we started, but this is not to be done with your hands, okay? Once you put your hands into the mix, you're pulling the joints past where the muscles can actually work around those joints. So you've got a lot of what your neurology to be fired up. Circle the ankle around. The one that you lifted off the floor, the other way. Now, yep. And point and flex. Good. Okay, bring the feet down. Okay, now left leg is going to go straight on the floor. Flex that ankle. Keep the thigh really tight. Rotate the leg in and out. I'm going to turn my legs like that. Okay, so rotate in and out. Push through the heel. So you're really opening up that hip joint. Okay, switch so that your right leg's now straight. Flex the ankle, rotate in and out. Push through the heel. Okay, now bend both knees, feet are hip width apart. Squeeze, release your glute muscles. So when you do this, you're keeping the abdominals out of it. So that means your pelvis is not moving. You're just squeezing the glutes. If this feels like nearly impossible to do, you can do it with your legs straight, but with the ideal that you're working on moving your feet closer to your bum, okay? Squeeze, release. Okay, now bring your feet together into a frog so the knees drop out. Breath in and out. All right, bring the knees up. You're going to cross your right ankle on your left knee. Push that right knee away, hip crossover. Okay, right into that. So when you twist left, you look right. Keep pushing that right knee so the front of your hip joint is open. Okay, twist back up. And then let's do the other side. Push that left knee away, twist over to the right, look left. So whenever I do this, I make sure that the foot that's on the floor, well, they're both on the floor now, but that the foot that started off on the floor simply stays under the hip joint and you roll to the side of that foot and ankle. So you're not sliding the right foot to the left. Hopefully that made sense. Some way or form. So looking left, twisting right, or vice versa, if your left is my right, and so on. Okay, twist back up. Now, from here, I want you to take the block between your knees, and the strap is going to go at your ankles. So when you have the strap at your ankles, you're going to have to tighten it so it's in relationship to being able to squeeze the block and push out on the strap. Okay, so I'm going to have you do this on your back to start. So you're going to push in on the block, out on the strap, pretty much at the same time. So in on the block, out on the strap, release. Press in, push out, release. Push in, press out, release. Push in, press out, release. In and out, release. Press in, push out, release. In, out, release. Now, push in, press out, and now pull your feet off the floor, flex the ankles, okay? So push in, press out, release. From this position, in and out, release. In and out, release. Push in, press out, release. In, out, release. Okay, one more, push in, press out, release. Now, feet come down on the floor. Interlace your hands under your head. Okay, I mean, really interlace so that it looks like you are creating, and feels like you're creating a basket for your skull. The thumbs are pretty much under that occiput or skull, right? You're going to try to pull the shoulder blades together, or you are pulling the shoulder. You will do that. Okay, keep the elbows back. Look back behind you. Squeeze the block, push out in the strap a little bit, not a lot. Lift up into a crunch. 1, we're going to go for 25. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Look back behind you. 14. Keep the elbows back. 15. So that they're equal to your ears, or behind your ears for that matter. 18, 19, 20, 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, relax the block and strap just for a little bit. I mean, so that you're not really pushing hard, but don't get rid of it. Okay, go ahead and bend left to right with your elbows and hands on the floor. So you're just getting a nice pull through your whole side body and the upper back. Okay, come to the center again. Look back behind you, another 20, straight up and down. Push in on the block, out on the strap gently. 2, 3, lengthen your neck, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, there's 20. Okay, I want you to take this block out. The strap is going to get loosened and come up to around your knees. I'm going to just show you in a seated position. So I want that strap to be a little bit wider so it accommodates the block size. So you might have to do little micro adjustments with the strap, okay? So here I am, like this. Push out, press in on the block. When I say press in on the block, you're just going to be doing a little bit. It depends on the relationship of the tightness of the strap versus your width of the block. So most of the pressure, because it's closer to the source of the lever, is going to come at the knees. So you press out, push in, keep the feet flat on the floor. Okay, so push out, press in. You're really pressing in on the ankle bones, and the feet follow, hopefully. The sides of the feet, you feel them, hopefully, on the block. Push out, press in. So just to mention that this is not rocking your pelvis back and forth. The pelvis is quiet, and all the work is happening from the strap and the block up your legs to the pelvic muscles, because they're all connected from the legs and the upper body. Okay, lift the feet up off the floor, press out, push in, release, in, out, release, in, out, release, in, out, release, in, out, release, in. Okay, 3 more. Push out, press in, release, 2, 3, feet come back down the floor, interlace your hands under your head. We're gonna go diagonal now. So just a gentle press out and push in. Pull the elbows back to make sure they're on the floor. That is, if your shoulder allows it, squeeze the shoulder blades together and down. Now twist across your belly button. Keep the neck straight, elbows back. Left to right, there's 1. Left, right, 2. Give some traction to your neck. Left, right, 3. Excuse me, 4. Left, right, 5. Left, right, 6. You're nice and long through the spine. Left, right, 7. Left, right, 8. Left, right, 9. Left, right, 10. Left, right, 11. Left, right, 12. Left, right, 13. Left, right, 14. Left, right, 15. Left, right, 16. Left, right, 17. Left, right, 18. Left, right, 19. Left, right, 20. Okay, relax out of that. There's so many exercises, so little time. That's my little phrase. Come up into a seated position. Okay, into a frog. You guys, if it's really tight on your lower back, your hamstrings, sit up on a block or a bunch of books or a step or something. A step is, if I'm thinking of aerobic steps, like you all have aerobic steps in your living room. Okay, so the feet are together. I grab my toes underneath, sit up really tall so your arms are straight. You're gonna pull the shoulder blades together and down, and just push the knees down towards the floor. You can rock left or right. Scrunch, scrunch. That's what I hear, feel. Lots of connections there. Pull those shoulder blades back and down. Lengthen through the neck. Ah, yes. Now, in this position, eyes on the horizon, right? Turn your head left. Turn your head right. You got tension on the arms and the neck, so you're going to feel it probably more. Lift up through the top of your head. Take your left ear towards your left shoulder, but as if you're going over a roller. Come back to center. Same to the other side. Okay, nice. Now, challenge here.
bring your legs straight. Again, sitting up on a block to give yourself more room in the lower back and the hamstrings is important if you need it. So you're gonna flex your ankles, pull the little pinky side of your feet back, tighten your thighs, okay? Tighten, tighten. Sit up as tall as you possibly can, all right? You're gonna do that scrunch with your fingers. So it's a golfer's grip in Egoscue language. I call it the karate chop position. Arms come out to the side. You know, like those brilliant guys that break bricks with their knuckles. Well, everything's connected. If it wasn't, they'd break their fingers and their wrist. Okay, reach out through the knuckles, squeeze the shoulder blades together, rotate forward. Just gonna do a little bit of this, sitting up really tall. So for you guys that are body people that do work with folks, sitting on the floor like this helps if there's a lot of lower doses, okay, because it forces you to have to use deeper sections of the psoas, iliacus, right? Okay, flip the palms up, go back up and over. And if I sound like I'm speaking Greek, I kind of am. Rotate backwards with the palms up, but still scrunch those knuckles. Okay, keep those thighs tight. Ankles are flexed. Pay attention to the toe position. Right into elbow curls. So the knuckles are at the cheekbones. You're going to rotate front to back. Front to back. Okay. Front to back. Okay, good. Relax. Ah, there you go. Now, static wall. And then I want to do, I'm hoping I have time. I want to do, yes. Okay, static wall, but with the splits. So I'll talk so it gives you time to get to the wall. And you don't so much need the block or strap with this one. I'm going to use the end of my couch because it's what you can see on. And so splits. Okay, you can do this on the back of a chair if you need to. You can even do it in a door frame. Your bum would not be against a wall because it's open there, but your legs would probably hit left to right on the door frame, right? I hope. Now, here we go. Legs are up the wall. You go wide. Go to the point where you get a big stretch. If you want to stay there in the stretch, it's okay, but you must tighten your thighs, flex the ankles, and line up the second toe basically with the front of the knee. And I should say more at the front of the hip joint, not the outside. So your legs are not turned out. So thighs are really tight. I generally say go to the point of stretch on the inside of the thighs, but then back off of it a little bit, meaning bringing the legs towards the middle. So tight thighs, just hold that, hold it, tight thighs, push through the heels, shoot the fire through the heels, spread the toes, lengthen your torso. In about 15 seconds, I'm going to have you do femur rotations in this position. I like to roll my head left to right too in this, and then rotate the legs in and out, but keep the ankles flexed, okay? Don't let them go toe pointy and all that. Flex the ankles, rotate in and out. In and out. In and out. Unscrew your legs. Push through the heels. Okay, don't let your legs go floppy. Come up a little bit so the legs are a little bit closer, but you still get somewhat of a wide position, and then rotate in and out. Reach through the heel. Push your heels into the wall. That actually is very helpful. Okay, beautiful. Now, bend the knees. You're going to have your feet against the wall, and I'll show you this way so you can see, even though so I'm going to be out at about right angles, you're going to bring your feet out and in. So it looks like this, out and in. The side of the feet stay against the wall.
but the soles come off the wall when your knees go out. Now pay attention to keeping the side of your feet straight, especially as you go out. Okay, in and out, in and out. So again, you are pushed back from the wall, so you're about 90 degrees from, you know, that nice right angle from the shins to the thighs. And one more out and in, and then roll out of that. Come into the cat and dog position again. Okay, so you're nice and squared up. And move your hands forward about 4 to 6 inches. Lean forward a little bit. Arms are really straight. Push the shoulder blades together. Let your head drop. Shake out your head. So this is called static extension position. Push the shoulder blades together. Shake out that head. Pull the shoulder blades back and down with the elbows straight. And we're just going to go another 25 seconds. Ten seconds. Five seconds. Okay, good. Excellent. Come up out of that. We're going to go into an air bench. Okay. And I'm going to time that for 2 minutes. On this one, I am going to get my phone because it's a little bit more accurate. My water, because I has a timer. Oops, and we're at 9 o'clock. So you guys have to go. I know it's over, but I am going to go 2 minutes. And just so you know, for people that came in later, I am recording this. So hold off on questions until I hit the not recording button anymore. So when you go into this, I walk my feet out far enough so the ankles and knees are stacked over each other. I'm able to go down into those right angles. And if that's too much, you can be up here. If you get tired, don't give up. Just come up, shake it out, go back in. Weights in the heels, lower back's flat. And I'm just going to go into meditation, right? So feeling it, pressing that lower back into the wall. Weight is in the heels. Again, if it gets like really burny and you just can't stand it for another second, just come up and then go back into it. Go up and down as many times as you want. But it really does teach you, hey, I can do this. I'm just building up to it. Some days I'm really great at it because I'm rested or whatever. And other days it burns because I've done a lot. Nice deep breaths here. Push that lower back into the wall. You have 30 more seconds. See how quickly that 2 minutes goes by. The other thing you can do is take the block. You can hold it between your knees. You can put the strap around your knees. Push out. Almost there. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Okay, nice. Now, what I want you to do is test. I'm going to bring this over here again. I'm going to test the squat, which is what we used as our test in the beginning. Okay, again, just notice, did you go down further or what? Is it worse, better, the same? Okay, now test your balance after that. Okay, 1 foot up and bring it down. Just breathe and voila, thank you. I'm just going to stop the recording and